Okay, hi
Okay.
there, and welcome
I
one and all to another FPS game. Is this running and going?
I think it is in fact running and going. Hello everyone.
So yeah, hi, I am Morski, but you can call me Morski, and I am joined by this very awesome person with me. So do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, so it is me, the famous ghost of the Draftel server, aka Lewis, here to play the funky bard Tobias, as always.
I'm sorry, but just the ghost of the draft house. Thanks, you're killing me too. And
Don't worry about it, it's fine.
And on that note, I am going to be playing as Hugh, who is my wizard. He's having a good time. We'll see how things go for him.
Yeah. But I think everything should be fine.
Yeah,
Hey,
definitely nothing wrong will happen.
hey,
And
hey. Anyway, what's you doing?
okay, so I'd say it's another grand day in Toontown, and we're at Dodo Studios. Hugh's lost again. Why does this keep happening? He even has a map now, but okay, it's not for
Does
Dodo
he
Studios itself.
Does he know to read the map?
Yeah, Hugh is actually really great at reading maps. He got multiple dirty 20s and a nat 20 on reading a
Then
map
why is he
before.
lost?
He just seems to get lost easily. Give him a map and he'll be fine, but if he doesn't have the map of the place, he's I'm sorry, man, you need to keep an eye on him.
That's bad.
You know what? I'm
Well,
going to
thanks.
go ahead and roll survival for this.
Oh, well, thankfully now he has funky friends and a roommate who can help him.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah, and speaking of that, he's actually on his way to go see his roommate.
Yeah, here's the thing. So Hugh's at Dodo Studios currently because he was invited by March. And
Yeah.
he was supposed to, get a tour. Well, actually, what happened? March made him promise to come over. It was for a
Mm-hmm.
tour, supposedly. Hugh gets the feeling it's more because he forgot to eat dinner the last night, but okay, he'll hold his suspicions.
Don't worry about it. It just falls through a day. If you get to be forced to it, then it's just a plus. It's fine.
Very much. And Hugh actually rolled surprisingly well on survival. He got a 14. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess what that means is he's in a part of Dodo Studios he doesn't recognize, which honestly isn't hard. He hasn't been here much. But
Mm-hmm.
at least he's out of the crowd and racket of the entrance.
Yeah. And I am, in fact, not going to roll perception because, first of all, this is an FPS. We don't have time for bad rolls. And also, uh, there is hey everyone, there is spoilers for looking for a friend. So if you haven't listened to that FPS, I would suggest that you go because a week ago there was another person who was looking for March, and Tobias stumbled upon them. And since it's only been a week, Tobias is still extremely suspicious of people who shouldn't be in the studio being in the studio. And currently, there is a person who isn't supposed to be in the studio being in the studio.
In Hugh's defense, he was overwhelmed by the crowd and he just wanted to go to the side. Getting lost wasn't in the plans.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, Tobias doesn't know that. And now you have a UPA and coming at you, but it doesn't look threatening. But you, I'm giving you this. It looks suspicious. He's not even trying to hide it. It looks suspicious of you as it comes towards you. What you
At
do?
that at that Hugh sees this and he immediately looks a bit guilty, like, ah, no, I shouldn't have done this. And Hugh sees this suspicious UPN and you kind of see a guilty look on his face, and Hugh looks down and then goes,
Mm-hmm.
okay, no, I should talk to him. I should apologize and say what's up. Right, that's the way to go about it. So,
Oh, I love you, this baby.
thank you. He loves you back. And
Oh,
yeah, Hugh is gonna walk on over and say, excuse me, I realize I shouldn't be here, but I was invited by a friend and I got really lost. I haven't found him yet, so I'm sorry if I'm somewhere I'm not supposed to be.
mm-hmm. Well, I can escort you back to the entrance if you'd like. And Tobias is, for you who doesn't know, is a color shark. He's just a dark sky blue as he's looking at you. And he doesn't say much. He just proposes to you to bring you back to the entrance.
Hugh sees this, and I guess Hugh doesn't realize that Tobias changes colors yet. So he's like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, he's embarrassed, but he'll accept this, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Um, sorry about that again, and thank you.
Mm-hmm, no problem. And Tobias starts escorting him back and looking at him. And he's actually is suspicious, but he does want to know more. Because what if that funky little guy next to him was sent by the same person that he met, or someone who sent them both? What if there's a relation?
Oh
so
boy.
so he's just going to ask, so who is this friend you're looking for?
Oh, his name's March. He's
Mm-hmm.
my best friend. Yeah. And actually, I
Mm-hmm.
never told you my name, did I? It's Hugh. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I got so nervous in there. My name's Hugh Script. It's nice to meet you. And he's going to
Mm-hmm. Uh, Tobias gives him a little nod and just just answers Tobias. He doesn't even say nice to meet you because he's still sus. He's a bard. He knows a lot about manipulation.
That's
So
fair.
he still doesn't trust Hugh.
Yeah, that's fair. He's probably just feeling kind of awkward at that.
Yeah.
Hugh has the feeling he really pissed off of this person by being in the wrong place.
No.
So he's
Yeah, I'm so
like
sorry Tobias is like that.
like Hugh on his end actually does not fault, and he's just okay. Well, I caused this. I'll just have to live with that. Hopefully, I can leave a better second impression.
Yeah, I'm sure everything's gonna be okay. Um, th-
Definitely, yeah.
yeah. A few minutes pass, and then Tobias asks again, do you have a visitor pass?
Oh, that's right, I do. And let's go. Roll the hammer
Three.
space.
That would at least make him trust you just a little more. Just a little more.
Yeah, let's see. Let me try once more. Eh, well, I will say
Mm-hmm.
Hugh is still feeling fairly nervous.
Yeah.
So he does get out the visitor's pass, but he fumbles a bit because something else falls out with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I am now going to roll dexterity to see whether he catches it successfully. He does not.
He
Okay,
doesn't.
so Tobias, you see this. Well, really, Hugh is a kid.
Mm-hmm.
This kid pull out the pass, and something else fell out, and it
And do
looks
I
a
have
bit
to roll
like a
perception?
flower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, roll perception to see if you recognize more.
Yeah. He doesn't. Well, I
He
guess
does.
you'll just. I guess you'll just have to pick it up.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what he's gonna do. He's going to pick it up. You won't do anything, Jörg.
Like honestly speaking though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh
Roll
boy.
insight with advantage, because like this Tobias was clearly looking
Well,
at you as this happened.
yeah, but also, it's the same role because Tobias doesn't doesn't have any wisdom.
Oh my
So
goodness.
nope, the dice doesn't like me.
Tobias
Tobias is,
sees nothing.
he's still too suspicious, but
I
mm,
will say, though, for a second, you see Hugh panic,
yeah.
and he kind of rushes to pick up the whatever it is that fell on the floor.
Mm-hmm. You're only making Tobias more sus by acting like this.
Oh my goodness!
Hey,
It's
what's
not even
that?
on purpose.
My
or
knife's not on.
it's. Hugh just kind of, straightens up a bit, and at this point, he's just very flustered, and he's just going to show Tobias the little flower pendant. It's this. It fell out when I pulled out the visitor's pass. And Hugh is going to hand over the visitor's pass to Tobias so he can look it over. And he's
Mm-hmm.
holding the flower pendant in his hand so like Tobias can just see it clearly.
Yeah, Tobias is going to look at the visitor's pass, but he's actually way more interested in this funky little flower. Because, hey, I'm not going to roll again, because apparently Dice Parser doesn't like us these days. And also because Tobias has a similar flower, actually, that March gave him.
So, huh?
Ah, that's interesting, isn't it? And actually, Tobias calms down a little. And also, he's starting to tell himself that, hey, maybe this kid isn't lying because he knows March. He's pretty sure that March wouldn't give this sort of thing to anyone but people that he trusts. And Hugh obviously has one.
He does.
And he does
And
have his visitor pass, which looks legit.
it is legit. You'd like
It
to
isn't.
hope it's legit. Be- Considering he asked the owl and the owl at the front gave it to him, he's really hoping it's legit.
How funny would that be if it wasn't? But no, it is in fact legit. So, Tobias gives the things back to him. He still doesn't say much. but it continues to bring Hugh to the entrance and just says, "I will be back in 1 minute. Please stay here. Don't move. I'll be back." It just gives him the look of, "Please don't move, or I will be very disappointed."
Hugh does that multiple nod thing, like, hey, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and actually, I know this isn't what we're actually planning to happen, but I think it would work well. Tobias is going to go look for March.
Do you wanna roll survival? See how that goes.
Please, it's not the studios. I'm gonna roll it, but at least with advantage. I'm gonna roll it, but at least with advantage.
Yeah.
Survival. It's still just a 20. It's all wisdom. Okay, 15.
Please.
And the fight. Now we're taking the full screen.
At
It
least
doesn't.
it's with advantage.
It is.
I'll say it's fine.
It's fine. Everything is fine. Hey, March. Well, the 15 just means that it doesn't take too long for Tobias to find March. And hey, March, you see your fucking brother, I mean friend, walking towards you. A bit hurriedly.
What?
A bit hurriedly. I don't know how to pronounce this word because I am in fact French, but you know, is coming at you.
So
you see
March looks at it and is
It's
like, "Oh, hey, Tobias."
Hey, March, there's someone for you at the entrance.
Oh, is it Hugh? Because I invited him.
It is. Well, at least it told me that it was his name.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot. And he just kind of like follows you.
You could
It's
have told me you were waiting for someone.
What?
Tobias is telling March that, hey, you could have told me you were waiting for someone.
Sorry, I kind of forgot about it.
It's fine, but please do not forget in the future.
Should Tobias roll insight here?
Maybe. Staria, should Tobias roll
Yeah,
insight?
probably. Yeah.
So many fucking wisdom. It's a 9.
It's a 9. The dice don't like Tobias today.
That's your roll insight.
Well, what you get is that Mark seems like he literally just forgot, and was a bit scatterbrained. That's all.
My boy, I love him. But yeah, please do roll insight. Please do roll insight on Tobias.
All right.
This is amazing. We got Hugh
That's
is
a
the
12.
one with the best insight here, huh? And it's a +2.
Yeah. Oh god. 12. What can I tell you with a 12? Well, Tobias is still sky blue for different reasons, and at the same time, same reasons that he was for you. In that, Tobias is basically ask you to please tell him in the future, and you have a suspicion that it's because of the events that took place a week ago.
March kind of he realized that and he looks away, and he doesn't really know what to because he did Tobias was right. He should have told him.
Yeah, but it isn't. It is in fact in the past, and we can't change the past. And now, Tobias and March are back at the entrance, where hopefully Hugh is still there.
Don't worry, Hugh is still there.
Good.
He looks more frazzled, I guess.
Aw.
Or you're starting to get the feeling, or you're starting to understand why he moved away before, cause he's kind of done his best to just stick to the wall and be out of the way, cause he's looking kind of overwhelmed right now.
Oh, baby.
Normally, Tobias is good at noticing stuff like that, considering how many emotional problems he has. But to be fair, he was kinda stressed these past few days.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
But March, do you want to roll insight to see if you notice this?
yeah, I was about to ask. That's a 4.
I'm giving you advantage because dang it, these two are roommates.
Yes.
Oh my god, they were
Is
roommates.
that any better? Can March tell?
March can tell. With that, March, you notice that Hugh is very anxious right now and kind of overwhelmed thanks to all the people here.
I'm so sorry.
But
Thinking that, March is just gonna say, how about we go somewhere a bit quieter? And he just kind of like picks up Hugh because that's the thing they do now. He just picks him up.
yes.
And just like,
Oh my god. Did they even say hi to Hugh yet? I don't, cause
Well, I mean, they probably
Hugh,
didn't say anything. They just went to him and just waved to be like, "Hey,
yeah,
we're back."
probably like Mark probably waved to him, and then just like he saw how stressed out Hugh was, and he's just like, okay, this isn't somewhere you should be, and just like picked him up.
absolutely valid. Yeah, with that, like, I'll say as well, he was immediately relieved when he saw these two come back over.
Yeah.
And yeah, March, as you've picked up Hugh, you can kind of, you can feel Hugh is just hugging you back.
Oh, baby. So, March now remembers what he asked Hugh to come to the studio for, which was to bully him into eating. And he just like, hey, how about we go to the lunchroom? Is that what it's called? I don't fucking know.
We can call it the lunchroom. Everything's fine.
It's called the lunchroom now. Fuck it.
Forget
The
the
cafeteria.
rules. Lunchroom is where it's at.
Yeah.
They can probably even go in the kitchen. Marcel probably isn't there at this time of day.
Yeah, and they don't want to intrude too much.
It's fine. They can go in the kitchen. Tobias and March work here. They can go in the kitchen. They can bring you.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Because Tobias does have to apologize to you.
Hugh hasn't even realized that, I bet. At this point, he's just going, oh, thank goodness, March has found me. That is too much.
The brothers are back together.
Yeah.
The siblings.
Your Honor, they're brothers.
Your Honor, they're siblings.
And it's killing me in a good way.
Same.
But yeah, they do arrive in the kitchen.
But they're siblings.
But yes, they do arrive in the kitchen, where, as expected, Marcel isn't there. He's probably doing something else. Probably doing shit with Jack or something like that.
Yeah. We're getting that
surprise everyone.
It's like
We don't talk about
cue
anything.
30 seconds of silence, and then you hear an explosion and what is probably Jack's yelling.
Oh my god.
It's fine, everything's fine. It's an unusual thing here.
Like Hugh looks up at the explosion and is like, Is everything okay, Tobias? Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
Mark and Tobias don't even flinch. It's like, yeah, same shit as always.
Oh.
That's what happens when you work at the other studios, folks.
Yep. Get used to the explosions.
He will
But
get
you,
used to them eventually. He just needs to visit more.
Yes.
yeah. And Tobias, as they arrive in the kitchen, Tobias was starting to shift lavender, and now he is fully lavender. And he turns to Yug, and he's just like, sorry for not trusting you before. It's been a week. Like,
Hey, you
it's
wanna
been a
roll
hard week.
inside on March?
Do we both roll insight?
Yeah, both roll insight.
A
Okay.
15! Yay!
Alright.
Tobias finally rolls good on insight.
Yeah,
Finally!
boy.
Tobias
boy.
rolling good on a wisdom-based throw? Incredible! Eh,
You got a net one. Oh my god.
but hey, it
Just
makes
say.
sense. Hugh didn't know what happened a week ago.
He
Yeah.
did not, and I'm going to say, like, at this point, he's like just leftover frazzled from the explosions and just earlier, and Tobias is apologizing to him. He's surprised at that because he thought he was the one causing the trouble. Like,
Maybe.
No, Yug was perfectly fine. In any other situation, Tobias would have been nice to Yug, but once again, passed out a week ago. No need to explain this again.
So with that 15 you got, as soon as you mentioned a week ago, Marge kind of gets fidgety, and it's like you get the feeling that's like Marge is still thinking about it, and it's like, I could have. It's like, what if I've been there? I could have made things better and like made
I
sure.
don't think so.
And like, if you want to ask him about stuff, you can.
Yeah. Tobias isn't sure if March wants to talk about it, but also they do need to talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to repeat myself thrice because Tobias looks at March and is like, well, we need to talk about that, March. You can't escape this conversation.
he'll
What?
look at this and go, like he's going to look at this and go, did did something happen a week ago?
March is silent. You don't even need an insight roll. You know something is wrong. March is looking away.
Well,
And he'd like to ask March, but it doesn't look like March is gonna say anything, so he looks to Tobias.
yeah. The thing is, Tobias doesn't know how close March and Hugh are, and doesn't. And that sounds like it should be a private conversation. But also, if Hugh is a friend of March, Hugh should probably know about that. And so you, for like a few seconds slash for way less minutes, you see Tobias being turquoise slash blue mint color as he's trying to think about all of this. And it just starts saying, well, there was someone looking for March last week too, and they weren't exactly the nicest of visitors, considering they attacked me. So you can imagine the kind of stress we're under.
Yeah? March, you have someone trying to hurt you? What's going on?
Apparently so.
You wanna roll me insight on Hugh?
Oh boy.
Insight.
That's an 8. Come on, March.
Goodness.
March,
I roll
please.
inside too?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Only wisdom, a 2. Well, that
Oh my
checks
goodness.
out. Tobias doesn't know you that much.
Yeah, I guess the only thing you get, Tobias, is that Hugh looks
You
very
good
worried.
Yeah,
Hugh looks very
concerned.
worried. Yeah. And March, you get a little bit more that, yeah, Hugh is very worried. Cause hey, he cares about you.
Guess what, March? People care about you.
Yeah,
He
you
still
don't
hasn't
fool them
gotten the
with you
message
right
yet.
now.
Sorry.
March, why?
You're tearing
He's a
me
bit of a knucklehead. So
Hugh's going to ask, like, look, if something's going on, could March, could I please know there? The only way I can help is if I know something, and I want to be there for you. Please.
Yeah, I mean, I think this kind of stuff from us is really not the way to go.
March kind of looks between Hugh and Tobias, and then Hugh again, and Tobias again, and then does a little sigh, and just says, "I think we should all sit down for this." And
Tobias immediately dragging chairs back for all of them.
and March sits down and starts talking.
Yay,
The person,
We
the
get
person,
to hear the forbidden lore.
yes, the forbidden lore. Person who was looking for me. Her name is Null and Void. And she's my twin.
She doesn't really look like you, though.
It's complicated. I don't know a lot of it either, but we're twins, siblings, or well, used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen her. I don't remember when it was. I think it was, and he kind of like counts on his, kind of like tries counting on his fingers, and by that I mean I'm opening up my calculator and doing basic math because I can't fucking remember.
Mathematics in my Toonkind D&D?
Impossible, yeah.
Shame.
For shame. No, I don't have this shit written down. Shut up.
That's fair. Don't worry. We're only judging you a little bit.
No, I'm not judging you. Fuck mouth.
Don't worry. It's only with love.
After all, it's Valentine's Day.
Yes,
oh yeah, it is.
Day. So March continues. It's been 8 years, I think, more or less, since I've last seen her. And she changed a lot. Now she wants to kill me.
Yeah, no shit.
Kind of, it's blinking and just like, yeah, okay, fair. I don't blame you.
Also, the yeah, no shit has actually been said by Tobias.
Oh my god.
He still has the scar.
teaching these two kids how to swear.
We all thought it would be someone else. It ends up being Tobias.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, you two concede, but Tobias does still have the scar that Noel gave him. He has a scar.
Ooh.
And
Should I try rolling perception to see if Hugh realizes anything? On that end?
I mean, it's under his clothes, so.
Yeah,
Well, you
yeah.
can roll perception on March.
Yeah.
Okay, please let this be better because Hugh is much better at perception generally. That's a
And
7!
You know what?
nope.
You know what? Fuck dice parser. Roll again for
This is
for-
lore time. Alright,
Yeah.
so as he talks about Null, he kind of puts his hand on his shoulder, and the both of you can see, now that you're looking closer at it, that there is a spot where the stitching is rougher, like it's been done by hand, and not by a person who's very skilled
Good.
at stitching. And it's not a very big hole, but it is one that could be made by a rapier.
Uh-huh.
I think Hugh at this point is just worried, and can Hugh take one of March's hands? Just to hold it?
Yeah. And March squeezes your hand.
Aw. I love
Yeah.
them. Tobias is having thoughts about the fact he uses a rapier now.
Oh, no. It's on one end we have very wholesome cute, on the other hand, oh no, angst.
Yeah, it's oh dear.
That means Tobias is going to be careful about using his rapier around March.
Yeah, and March kind of just turns to looks at the both of you. Well, what do you want to know about her?
Well, maybe the biggest question is why does she want to kill you?
Is there
And
anything we can do to help?
Yeah.
March kind of freezes at that because somehow he had not anticipated the most obvious question of why the fuck, why the fuck does she even want to kill you? And it's just basically rebooting because this is the one thing he didn't want to tell. So it's huh.
And then bonus, how can we help you? People want to
Yeah.
help me. Yes, we want to help you, March, please.
So it's just March kind of he tries to it's how do I've done something that I've done something bad that she hates me for, and now she wants revenge. And because we're not rolling inside anymore, because god damn it, fuck dice parser.
Fuck dice parser. All my homies hate dice parser.
Yeah, come on, dice parser, ruining some perfectly good lore with your garbage rolls. He kind of just you see that the specific event is still it's an event. It's something he really doesn't want to talk about. In this is something that he's been hurt from, and it's the memory is painful.
Yeah, Hugh has now Hugh is now holding March's hand with both of his hands. He's just squeezing it a bit.
This
To
boy
try
needs
and let March
therapy.
know he's not. Yeah, it's Hugh is trying to let March know he's not alone, okay?
Aww.
And March smiles at that. and he thinks about the second part, and it's just, well, I think that now that she's made her point, she's not gonna return to Dodo Studios. But I don't know what she's going to do next. I thought she wasn't obvious / stupid enough to go to Dodo Studios to try and confront me, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, if she came here to look for you, that means she may start looking in places where you usually go to, like, your apartment.
And March kind of just like, I didn't think of it. He did not think about that, and it's like,
What do you mean you didn't think of that?
Like Hugh
March
is quiet.
has little brain cells. Don't March, it's not very smart.
He really do be the brain cell of the squad right now with his +2 to wisdom. Oh my
Yeah, he
goodness.
really is.
God,
March,
goodness.
I will say at this, Hugh is quiet and he's worried, but like
Yeah, once
it's
again, Tobias
Hugh
doesn't
is
know
going
that
to
Hugh and March are roommates.
haha, yeah. Hugh hasn't said anything on that yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can see him thinking, and he then says to March, like, March, regardless of what's happening, I won't ever regret inviting you to, well, live with me in my apartment. So it may be good if you don't walk out on your own.
yeah, I
And
guess
it's
you're right.
and it's probably good if we tell someone else where our apartment is, and like he's going to look at Tobias and just go, so March and I live together? It may be good if you just show you where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'll,
March is
I'll,
like, yeah, me and Hugh live now together. Yeah.
okay.
About a
Okay.
week back.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's good to know. Okay. Great. Good for you two. Yeah, I would like to know where you two live. Also, I'm just saying that engineer does know about the situation too, because I did say that Tobias told not only March but engineer about
Yeah, probably a
the
good idea.
Yeah, so they would probably tell engineer too, just in case.
It would be funny if engineer gets shown to where their apartment is. Hugh is going to get like the panic of, or well, it's going to be on one end. He will be, okay, yeah, we should tell the responsible adults where we live is, but also, oh my goodness, it's the engineer. he Hugh is a fan of Dodo Studios. He may have only watched one movie by now, but the engineer was in it. He can recognize the engineer. March
But he
even
didn't
got him.
he didn't recognize Tobias.
Fake and valid.
He did not. He never hasn't yet managed to watch any more movies. And like the one he watched was an older one, probably just reran in the theaters or something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So Hugh hasn't yet the chance to, like, if he were to see Lucky Jack, for example, he wouldn't recognize
Mm-hmm.
him. Not yet, anyway. Someone probably needs to just take Hugh to watch more films.
Yeah. Films for
Maybe.
invited to the nightly movie viewing.
Yes. Hugh
Oh,
Hugh is now invited. He will now forever be invited. He's now part of the studio. Well, maybe not as
Oh,
bad,
Well,
but he's now always invited.
it's like Hugh gets like a similar situation to like Rad,
so
or
many.
just like just like Hugh is now like studio sibling or something.
Yes, absolutely.
It will take a little more than that. He needs to meet more people. But he's on the way
True.
there.
Oh, for
Maybe he
now
needs to
though.
socialize.
But yes, I guess they're going to the apartment.
Yeah.
That's that. Should
And
we
do you want like to roleplay all of this, or do we just do tiny epilogue of the FPS? Because I know, Staria, you said you only had 1 hour, and it's almost the end of the hour.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
was about to say, but we should like start like wrapping up a bit. So
Yeah,
I think that they just like hang out in the apartment, kind of just like doing whatever. I don't know. Are they having a pillow fort? Yes, they're having a pillow fort.
Yeah.
I have decided now
Okay,
that they
I
just
have
have a pillow fort.
Oh my
You
god.
would like try and get Tobias like a drink and some food, cause hey,
Uh,
this is a guest. He should be polite. And what if they turn it into a movie night, just a
yes,
small one?
yes,
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
unfortunately Tobias is too busy for this, but maybe another time.
Maybe another
But
time.
Tobias does in fact tell them a lot about safety protocols.
Yes, good.
That's a good thing. They both need that.
Yeah, and
Show.
also he tells them that if they don't feel safe at the apartment for one reason or another, they are welcome to the clubhouse.
Yes, the
Oh,
studio ends up being the safest place, even with all of the explosions.
Yeah.
honestly, that's fair. That's entirely fair considering who is there.
Yeah, it just it's a safe place.
Yeah.
Well,
Who's
but
going to
yeah,
get the chance to visit those a whole lot more, huh? Not only just because of you, well, and just because of March, but now because, huh? I guess he's invited both to movie nights and just shenanigans like this. Okay, cool.
Yep. So I think we should say
yeah,
our goodbyes now.
yeah, but yeah,
Uh,
you are now a friend, and you are now brother-in-law.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. Friendship level up.
Amazing.
Oh my god,
Yes.
so much family.
Alright. So, say bye everyone.
Yeah,
Yep,
it was
this
a
was
pretty
a
calm
lot of fun.
FPS. It was a pretty calm FPS, but we do need some. There's so many shenanigans here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. But still, it was a good one, and thanks for having me. I certainly enjoyed it.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for letting me put the lore.
The lore, the March lore, finally.
The forbidden lore. Oh my
It's starting
goodness.
to unveil.
Yeah, but yeah, anyway, we're not going to hold Kraken any longer because Kraken has been extremely nice and has been recording this FPS for us because we don't know how to use FPS. So a big thank you to Kraken. We love you a lot.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Cracker.
seriously, thank you so much.
Thank
You're a
you.
lifesaver.
Yeah.
Alright.
Goodbye,
Bye.
everyone. Thank you for listening.
Bye.